Hey everyone, Brian Ekberg here at the DICE Summit in Las Vegas, and we're talking about a game that was announced back at E3 last year. It's Singularity. I'm speaking with Brian Raffel of Raven Software. Brian, how are you?
Good, how are you doing? Good to see you, Brian.
Yeah, thank you very much. Singularity, we've seen some teasers for it, but now we're seeing the game for the first time. For those who aren't familiar, what's Singularity all about?
Singularity is mostly about the TMD device, a time manipulation device. You're set onto a Soviet military base, a lot about manipulating time to your advantage and using it as a weapon.
So it's a first-person shooter, but it does have this time manipulation device. What is that? What can you do with it? Give us some examples.
Right, first and foremost, it's a first-person shooter. A time manipulation device allows you to move individual objects in and out of different states of their life cycle to use as different puzzle elements or combat tools. A good example is the common barrel you see in every game. You can find old rusty barrels, bring them back to full health and have them full of fuel, throw them and use them as you would in any other game. The other thing you can do with it is maybe shrink it down, step on it, and then bring it back to full, and then now you can jump up to areas you couldn't get to before.
What are you showing here today at the DICE Summit?
Well, we're showing a little bit of one of the levels that we have, and that's called the freighter. And basically, the big part of this level is you have to raise a whole freighter up out of a sunken harbor using your time manipulation device, and showing you how you go about doing that and how powerful the time manipulation device can be.
We're also getting an idea of some of the enemies that you'll be facing in the game. Tell us about that.
Well, there's a wide range of variety of different enemies. Obviously, you have your standard, Spetsnaz and Soviet Russians from the 1950s, but also there's a whole ecology that we're very excited about that will be fighting on the island.
And you sort of mentioned the 1950s, but there is a sort of back and forth between near future and the relatively distant past. You go back and forth in time in this game as well.
Correct. There's two different time eras that you go back and forth and use that to try to solve the mystery of the island and to also solve the problem of getting off the island.
You have the TMD device. You also have things, other specialized devices like the deadlock. What's that all about?
One of the cool things that you come across on this island is the research the Soviets had done with this device and things that they found. So you've got lots of different tools in your toolbox to work that have time as an element to it.
So you guys have been working on this game. I know it's maybe not quite ready to announce a release date, but what are you focusing on now in terms of development?
Well, we're pre-alpha, so we're getting all of our arms around the whole product, and then we're going to be polishing the heck out of it.
Do you have a release date yet?
Sometime 2009.
This year? Well, Singularity is coming. Brian, thank you so much for your time, and we'll keep track of the game in the future.